Today, we dive into the most incredible displays of human resilience against nature's raw power. We've ranked 10 true survival stories that redefine what's possible when the will to live is the only option. These aren't just tales, they're blueprints for pushing past perceived limits. Number 1. Aron Ralston, 127 hours. Aron Ralston's ordeal in Blue John Canyon, Utah, is a testament to extreme measures for survival. Trapped by a dislodged boulder, he was forced to amputate his own arm after 5 days with no rescue in sight. Most people, when faced with overwhelming obstacles, tend to freeze or wait for external help, hoping the problem will somehow resolve itself. Ralston's story highlights the critical difference between hoping and acting decisively. He didn't just endure, he assessed his dire situation and made an almost unthinkable choice to create his own rescue. This wasn't about wishing for a miracle, it was about accepting a brutal reality and taking radical ownership. This week, identify one significant problem you've been procrastinating on. Instead of hoping it gets better, list 3 unconventional, even extreme, actions you could take to solve it, even if they seem daunting. Number 2. Juliane Koepcke, plane crash. Juliane Koepcke's survival after falling 10,000 feet from a plane crash over the Amazon rainforest is a miracle. Despite severe injuries, she spent 11 days alone, navigating through dense jungle, driven by her father's prior survival lessons about the rainforest. Many people underestimate the power of prior knowledge and preparation, dismissing it as unnecessary until a crisis hits. Koepcke's ability to identify venomous snakes, find clean water, and follow river currents directly saved her life because she had absorbed vital information beforehand. It wasn't just luck, it was applied knowledge. Consider a potential future challenge, perhaps a natural disaster in your area or a sudden financial setback. This week, research and learn 3 practical, actionable steps you could take if that challenge were to occur, focusing on self-reliance rather than external aid. Number 3. Joe Simpson, touching the void. Joe Simpson's harrowing climb of Sola Grande in the Peruvian Andes led to a broken leg, abandonment by his climbing partner, who cut the rope to save himself, and a 4-day crawl back to base camp. His story exemplifies a refusal to succumb to despair, even when betrayed and severely injured. Most people, when abandoned metaphorically or literally, tend to internalize defeat or blame others, relinquishing their agency. Simpson, despite unimaginable pain and isolation, focused relentlessly on the next small movement, driven by an almost primal will to live. He never allowed his external circumstances to dictate his internal resolve. This week, identify a goal you've given up on because of a setback or lack of support. Break that goal into the absolute smallest, most achievable, crawl-level step you can take today, and commit to completing just that one step. Number 4. Hugh Glass, the Revenant. Hugh Glass, an American frontiersman, was mauled by a grizzly bear and left for dead by his companions. Despite a broken leg, severe lacerations, and being alone in the wilderness, he crawled over 200 miles to safety, sustained by a burning desire for revenge. Many people, after experiencing a profound betrayal or injustice, get stuck in a cycle of bitterness and inaction. Glass's story isn't about promoting revenge, but about how a powerful, singular objective, even a dark one, can fuel an almost superhuman effort. He channeled his rage into kinetic energy for survival. This week, pinpoint a situation where you feel wronged or have faced an unfair disadvantage. Instead of dwelling on the injustice, reframe it. What specific, constructive action could you take this week, fueled by that past experience, to regain control or make progress towards a personal victory? Number 5. Stephen Callahan, Adrift. Stephen Callahan spent 76 days adrift in the Atlantic Ocean in a life raft after his sailboat sank. He survived by meticulously rationing food and water, fishing, and repairing his raft, constantly adapting to his environment. Most people, when confronted with a sudden loss of resources or control, often succumb to panic or a sense of helplessness, failing to leverage what little they have. Callahan's survival was a masterclass in resourcefulness and a systematic approach to problem-solving, even with minimal tools. He didn't wait for rescue, he engineered his own continued existence. This week, take an inventory of your current resources, time, skills, connections, even small amounts of money, that you might be overlooking. Identify one current challenge you face, and devise a plan to address it using only the resources you already possess, however limited they seem. Number 6. Mauro Prosperi, Sahara Desert. Mauro Prosperi, an Italian police officer, got lost during a marathon in the Sahara Desert and survived for 9 days on his own, drinking his own urine and animal blood to stay hydrated. His story highlights extreme mental toughness and the willingness to make unthinkable choices for survival. Most people, when faced with extreme discomfort or degradation, will often give up, believing certain actions are beneath them or too disgusting. Prosperi pushed past every internal barrier, understanding that survival sometimes demands a total disregard for comfort or societal norms. He prioritized life above all else. This week, identify one small, uncomfortable task you've been avoiding because it feels gross or unpleasant. Commit to doing it, consciously pushing past your initial aversion, and reflect on the minor victory over your own discomfort. Number 7. Douglas Mawson, Antarctic Expedition. Douglas Mawson, an Australian explorer, survived a horrific Antarctic expedition where his 2 companions died, and his food and dogs were lost. He trekked over 100 miles alone across treacherous ice, suffering from frostbite, starvation, and toxic vitamin A poisoning from eating dog livers. His survival illustrates unimaginable endurance and mental fortitude against overwhelming odds. Many people, when experiencing multiple, cascading failures, tend to capitulate, feeling the situation is hopeless. Mawson, despite losing everything and battling severe physical degradation, continued to put one foot in front of the other, driven by an unwavering internal compass. This week, reflect on a personal setback where you've experienced several disappointments in quick succession. Instead of giving up, pick one small, manageable aspect of that situation and commit to making a single, positive step forward, no matter how insignificant it seems. Number 8. Yossi Ghinsberg, Bolivian Jungle. Yossi Ghinsberg became separated from his friends in the Bolivian Amazon and survived 3 weeks alone, facing jaguars, fire ants, and starvation, often hallucinating. His experience demonstrates the power of a desperate will to live, even when sanity is threatened. Most people, when isolated and facing extreme psychological stress, struggle to maintain a grip on reality or hope. Ghinsberg's story is a raw display of the human spirit clinging to existence through sheer force of will, even when the mind starts to betray the body. He found reasons, however small, to keep fighting. This week, identify a situation where you feel mentally overwhelmed or close to giving up on a task or project. Find one small, tangible anchor, a photo, a positive memory, a future reward, and use it as a focal point to re-engage with your commitment for just one more hour. Number 9. Beck Weathers, Everest Disaster. Beck Weathers, a pathologist, was left for dead twice during the 1996 Everest disaster, suffering severe frostbite and hypothermia. Yet, he miraculously awoke from a coma-like state and walked back to camp, driven by thoughts of his family. His survival underscores the profound motivational power of external connections. Many people, when facing personal crises, tend to retreat into themselves, forgetting the impact their existence has on others. Weathers' story isn't about individual grit alone, it's about the deep-seated human need for connection and the drive to return to loved ones. That external motivation became an internal engine for survival. This week, reach out to someone who depends on you or cares for you. Share a small success or a future goal with them. Consciously acknowledge how their support or your responsibility to them fuels your own determination. Number 10. Tami Oldham Ashcraft, Adrift in Pacific. Tami Oldham Ashcraft's yacht was hit by a hurricane in the Pacific Ocean, killing her fiancé and destroying much of her boat. She then navigated for 41 days across 1,500 miles to Hawaii with a broken mast and a damaged sextant, hallucinating and battling immense grief. Her survival highlights extraordinary resilience amidst profound loss and isolation. Most people, when experiencing devastating personal loss, can become paralyzed by grief, unable to function. Ashcraft, despite her unimaginable sorrow, channeled her focus into the practical, step-by-step requirements of navigation and survival, driven by a promise to live. She found a purpose beyond her pain. This week, if you're experiencing a personal loss or a significant setback, identify one small, practical task that needs doing. Dedicate yourself to completing just that one task, allowing the action to be a testament to your ongoing capacity to move forward. These stories prove that human potential is unlocked when conventional options are exhausted. The ultimate lesson is not about grand gestures but about the consistent, often brutal, choice to take the next step. If these stories of resilience inspired you, subscribe to Top 5 Zone for more deep dives into the extraordinary.